What up, YouTube? Mandy Hops here. It is time for the Nick Cage movie review. Dun, 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 dun. So, when I first introduced this about a week ago, I was actually surprised at how many people were super stoked about it. So many of you written to me, shouted out to me, and are really excited about this. So, I'm really excited about this. I was already really excited about this, and now I'm really, really excited. You guys keep keep all your recommendations coming on movies. Like, I haven't thrown it to the left. I'm just getting started with this. Let's do this. This week's movie was Pig, shot in 2021 by Nick Cage. Now, this being said, let me say in the future, I don't plan on imparting as much of my personal life into this movie review as I will today, because this movie hit, son. This movie hit. Not just me, but I think it'll hit a lot of people. So I am going to interact a little bit more with the movie than I normally would. I'm not going to give it away, you guys. And you have to watch the movie from yourself. Like, I'm from the show me state. You got to show me. No matter if somebody says it's good, it's bad, whatever, I got to taste it, touch it, smell it for myself. And I hope you guys are the same way. So, Pig takes place in Oregon, where Nick Cage, and yes, I'm using my ghetto green screen today and it's on pause, but because there's one clip I want to show you guys that you won't see in the trailer that was especially important to me. And while this main story is about this ex-chef who was big shit, big shit, is on the search for his truffle pig, there's so many underlying stories and things that are going on in this movie that are intense, that are so well written and so well done, that, like, I find it hard for anybody to not like this movie, whether you're in the food industry or not, whether you like Nick Cage or not, whether you like truffles or not. Like, it would be hard for anybody to not vibe this movie, and that's just my opinion. I'm not Siskel and Ebert. They're dead. How you doing? I'm Mandy Hops. Nice to meet you. Like, share, subscribe. Come join me for the Nick Cage movie review. So, Portland, Oregon in general. It's a weird place. They call it God's country, aka out in the middle of nowhere. I don't want to be there. It is very beautiful. My first time coming to Portland was on my way out here. It was a weird time. It was when they had the fires. And I'll tell you this, like, dude, you can be a junkie with a needle hanging out of your arm, but you have to drink out of a paper straw if you're in that town. It's one of those kind of towns. You can post up in your RV and, like, upon any, like, really good business downtown and just, like, ruin their business, but nobody's going to tell you to leave. And it's super weird. Again, but you got to drink out of a paper straw. Weird town. When I went there, I was kind of blown away. First of all, let me tell you guys, Portland, Oregon is the whitest state per capita. Facts. You can Google it. You don't have to take Mandy Hop's words for it. It has the most dispensaries, the most distilleries, and the most white people. So as I walked around, and I'm going to try to either put my video in the description box below or pin it somewhere you guys can find it, I am walking around like, whoa. Because it's not just one house in Portland. It's like every house. I'm like, they have a llama. They have 3 pigs. They have goats. So you see a video with me and my buddy from St. Louis who moved there. And I'm sitting there checking out this hot dude with some chucks. And he's got like 3 pigs, some goats, like a llama. And I'm just like I was telling my buddy, you're late. Like, all you have is a big dog. And you walk around the redwoods, you know? And he's like, this dude comes on. I'm like, dude, I'm from St. Louis. I'm just looking at your goats. Like, we don't have shit like this. That's the thing, as we'll get back to that. That's the thing out here. Okay, it's a very big thing. And also in Portland, everything used to be orchards. So there's all these like apple trees and fruit trees and like fallen apples everywhere. It's like a thing. Okay, so Nick Cage in the movie Pig. It starts out, we don't know at the time, and I'm not going to give anything away, like, extra, guys, because, like, you got to watch the movie for yourself. I'm not going to tell you anything that the advertisements won't tell you. So he secludes himself in the middle of nowhere. Now, I have to say, he was at the top of his field as far as being a chef, like, world renowned, right? And so when you get to the top of, like, any job you do, you're the top YouTuber, you're the top banker, you're the top actor, it puts all these other pressures on you, right? And then you also see all the fakeness of the business. So all these things combined, like, kind of made him be a recluse. And so it was just him and his truffle pig. And it wasn't just a truffle pig. For those of you that don't know, truffles aren't just those chocolates in your Godiva box. Okay. They are mushrooms, and they're mostly hunted out by a certain type of pig, and they are worth a lot of money. I'm not a huge truffle fan. I'll do a little truffle butter here and there. I kind of feel like truffles are overrated. That's just me. Don't hate me. But nevertheless, they're considered a delicacy, and they're very expensive, and there's a lot of people that don't think they're overrated and would do a lot for them. So he meets with a guy who is basically the kind of people that have to meet between the people that grow stuff like farm to table and the people that go to the restaurants, at least the really good restaurants, right? We're not just talking about like your everyday like diners. We're talking about like people that have people, right? And it's not an easy job. And this kid that does this kind of looks like Pomsey. Shout out to Pomsey, like without the beanie plus the stash. Wait till you guys see it. Pomsey, if you see it, shout out. I love your channel, but you'll see it. So this kid's coming back and forth, and this guy, Nick Cage, in the movie, Robin Feld is his name. He doesn't want anything. Like, he doesn't even really want money. Like, he just wants a couple things, like maybe some batteries or some flour and some little things from town that he's trading with this kid until one night, boom, somebody breaks in, knocks his ass out over the head, which is why he looks so beat up. Kind of for the whole movie. That was a little extreme. Like, take a bath, bro. And takes his truffle pig. Now, pigs are supposed to be super smart. Smarter than dogs. Even trainable like dogs. And, like, have emotions like humans. Like, supposedly, dude. So, people are very close to the pig. So, he wasn't so mad about the truffles. He was mad about this pig. Like, this was his baby. Like, he secluded himself with this pig. This was his pet. So, he goes on the hunt for his pig, and he is angry, right? This dude hasn't been out of hiding in 15 years. The guy he's dealing with doesn't even know who he's dealing with. The one that looks like Pomsey, the one that sells the truffles for him. Meanwhile, the one that sells the truffles, his dad has like a legacy in the business. He's a famous chef. And his dad has like no faith in him. His dad won't let him do shit, won't let him work for him. I get it. My dad was like a great banker. He would never let me work for him. One, because I suck with math. But in this story, he says he thinks that it'll eat his son alive. Well, in the end, I think banking kind of ate my dad alive. Plus, my dad comes from the times where I don't think my dad, in hindsight, and I'm sorry to interject. I told you guys I'm going to interject myself into this movie in particular, but I'm 40. A lot of people that watch my channel are the same age. I don't think my dad ever said I wanted to be a banker. I thought he had parents from the Great Depression. He was the first one to make it, the only one to make money. And he said, what can I do with my business skills that'll provide for my family? I don't think he ever had a passion in it. I don't think my dad ever believed in having passions in your job until, you know, I blew past that. Like, I just always try to follow my passion. And I think just now, when my dad's 70, like on his deathbed, and I might not like see him again. He's not on his deathbed, but you know what I mean. He's 70. I shouldn't have said that. I'm an asshole. I hope he's not, because I would love to see him. But I think he's all about me being out in Vegas doing my thing rather than give up his passions. If you meet anybody that are like serious about their passions, it's very strong in the food industry. Chefs, waitresses, waiters. Like if you're a waitress or a waiter or a chef or just a line cook all the way down the line and you're just doing it as a job, you're going to hate it. You're going to hate it. It's not fun. It's hard. It's unrewarding. Guess what? We work on weekends, holidays, when nobody brunches, Sundays, any other day that normal people have off or don't appreciate they have off, we're there serving you. So like you have to really be into it. You have to be able to be away from your family. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit about you. Like you got to show up. So you're passionate with your coworkers. A lot of times they say don't hang out with your coworkers. Don't shit where you eat. But a lot of us hang out together because nobody else keeps our weirdo hours, which is another huge reason why I moved to Vegas, guys. Seriously, because I'm in that industry. And my passion is bartending and mixology. Since I've gotten here, It's very, very hard. And I started making excuses, which I'm going to show you guys back in my clip, which hits. But I think this hits home with any job or any person. And how many people think back in their career have really found inspiration or leadership from someone they never expected, right? Or some of the people that were the biggest people that inspired us were some of the hardest on us. I think we've all been there, right? And our parents didn't believe in it. And I think this is the mainstay of this movie, no matter like what job that you're in. So he was beaten up. His truffle pig was taken. He tells the little Pomsey dude, take me to the city, Portland. This dude's like, I'm not taking you to the city. It was Tweakers. It literally says like Tweakers take his, like in words. It wasn't just my opinion. Tweakers take his pig, right? So there's a lot of tweakers in Portland. There's a lot of everything in Portland because all drugs are legal. I don't even think that's a good idea, guys. I'm straight up serious. If you don't believe me, hang out in Portland for a day or two. See what you think. Get back to me. So he goes out hunting for them. And in the midst of this, he's got to come out of hiding. And dude, this Pomsey dude who thinks he runs shit, who's using this guy to find truffles, doesn't know this dude is really a badass, Nick Cage. Also the coolest idea ever. I wish this was the thing. Maybe it is an underground thing, I don't know. But just the sheer idea of it, there's like a fight club, right? It's an underground, like, service industry fight club for like people that are like in the restaurant business, like bussers, maitre d's, like waitresses. Like some of these people are still in their little bow ties and shit coming from their fancy ass restaurants afterwards to like fight up, and they fight each other. How rad would that be? First of all, like any kind of fight club. Second of all, especially people in the hospitality industry, you know how much rage you can get out there to like they keep weird hours. Like, dude, I would love that shit. I would be in that shit yesterday. Such a cool idea. So he shows up and he starts going to all these people, and guess what? Real knows real. We always say that on this channel, right? So he starts going back to all these people, and all these people know who the hell he is, to try to go find his pig. Weird things start to collide when it's his Pomsey buddy, somebody who's actually close to him, has way more to do with it than we thought. And there's way more twists and turns on how he goes to get this pig and everything he goes through and all his encounters. I think the main point of the movie is it shows you that some things are just more important than business and anything else. It also shows you just because you go to like a fancy name school or college or know somebody fancy, that doesn't make you fancy. And just because you don't, doesn't mean you're not good at what you do. And don't give up on yourself. And don't give up your passion. This movie is about your fucking passion. And everybody has a passion out there. Okay? If not, let this movie be your passion and find the way. So, I'm going to show you guys a quick clip. This movie, yes, it talks about truffles, and yes, it has chefs, and this guy was a famous chef. And yes, he did a little dabbling in the Fight Club, which is why he looks so crazy the whole movie. Why he doesn't shower the whole movie, I don't know. But he goes with Pomsey, who was the guy selling his truffles. I'm just going to call him that. Pomsey, forgive me if you see it. I mean, it's a compliment. But to this guy's restaurant that nobody could even get in. This fancy chef. Come to find out, this guy, let me move you. Come to find out, this guy that he's talking to, this chef, actually worked for him for 2 months. And he fired him for 2 months because he couldn't cook the pasta right. Now, he's in his restaurant looking like a beat up person, and he's leveling with him, and he says something to him. And this hits because right now this is happening to me. I am doing all these other jobs because I didn't find it easy when I came out here to follow my passion, guys. And here's the thing. At the end of the day, if it's your passion, you're going to find it if you really, really are passionate about it. And a lot of people tend to lose that passion. And it's not just in this industry, it's in so many industries and in life. And I think that's what this movie's about. And that's why I think it'll strike such a good chord with everybody. And while it's not mushy, it's not. Like, there's like, I mean, it's real deal, but there's fight scenes and shit's like fast paced and it's really fucking good and entertaining, right? Like, it's not like the mushy, but I just have to see this scene because this scene hit most with me. So I'm going to play this real quick for you guys.
What is the concept here?
We're interested in taking local ingredients native to this region and just deconstructing them. You know, making the familiar feel foreign, thereby giving us an even greater appreciation of food as a whole.
This is the kind of cooking you like?
It's cutting edge. It's very exciting.
Exciting.
I mean, everybody loves it.
You like cooking it?
Absolutely.
Derek, what was it you always used to talk about opening? Wasn't it a pub?
Everyone loves it here. This is a huge success.
Why didn't you open your pub?
I don't know that I really wanted. I mean, it was just such a long time ago.
When I fired you, I asked you what you wanted to do. You said you have a few rooms upstairs. A real English pub.
Did I say that?
Yes.
Nobody wants pubs around here. It's just a terrible investment.
What was going to be your signature dish?
Liver Scotch eggs with a honey curry mustard.
They're not real. You get that, right? None of it is real. The critics aren't real. The customers aren't real. Because this isn't real. You aren't real.
Okay.
Derek, why do you care about these people? They don't care about you. None of them. They don't even know you. Because you haven't shown them. Every day you'll wake up and there'll be less of you. You live your life for them and they don't even see you. You don't even see yourself. We don't get a lot of things to really care about.
Boom. Okay, boom right there. That shit hits, right? I think anybody that's in the top of their field, in any field, it doesn't matter. You see through the fakeness. You see, why am I fighting for these people? Who am I really anymore? Sometimes we get lost in the fight, right? For who? These people don't matter. Like, if you don't show your real self, what is it for? A lot of us get in trouble for that. You say, I can't. Well, guess what? That's why this dude was living in the forest with a pig. He said, F that life. Nevertheless, like, this movie is the bomb, you guys, and I guarantee you'll like it. If not, come back, cuss me out, tell me how you feel. If you guys have any more suggestions, I promise I won't put as much of my own life into it so much next time. I'll make it more about a movie review. But this movie hit. I guarantee it's going to hit. 2021 Pig. I watched it off Hulu. I'm sure there's a lot of other places you can see it. So far, everybody I know that's watched it has loved it. I was late. Don't be late. Go watch Pig. Enjoy it. Be your real selves. And take care until next time. Deuces.